Alexa, I said stop. She just doesn't listen to me anymore.
Yeah.
Julia Childs did that, by the way. That's who I learned that from.
Well, of course.
Well, of course. Hey, hi.
Hi.
All right.
So wait.
Okay,
You
all
always
right.
get to talk first.
You're right.
This time it's my turn. Okay.
Lips are sealed.
So I'm going to ask you, what are you cooking tonight?
Okay, well, here's what I'm doing. Remember that chicken, I think I did chicken breast, but they were in a skillet over lemon. Remember that?
Yes, lemon.
Yeah,
and that was a spatchcock.
And it was a spatchcock chicken, that's right. I'm sort of doing a riff on that. It's a one skillet chicken thighs over potatoes.
Oh.
So it's just your meat and potato kind of thing. But it's a very easy meal. It's like a midweek type of meal that you would want to just put together. It takes a little longer in the sense that you have to pre-plan. And so
oh yeah, I know why.
Yeah.
He had to
I had to put the chicken thighs in. I put them in a bag here with buttermilk.
Yes.
And I'm actually doing 6 thighs because I'm having company tonight, so I just wanted to make sure there was enough. But if it was just you and I, would do 4. In fact, the recipe that I put up on the blog will be for 4, and I'll do a little riff in here.
So it's not much different. You just added a couple more.
And honestly, this thing just goes together real quick. But you're going to let me walk you through it. You're going to cook the chicken in the skillet in a 350 oven for 30 minutes. You're going to bring it out. You're going to pull the chicken off, put it on a plate. You're going to put the sliced potatoes on the bottom.
Okay.
You're going to season them and all that. We'll show you that. And then you're going to put those back in, but with the chicken back on top.
Oh, okay.
And then you put it back in at 350 for maybe 30 minutes. But what you want to do, you're not so much concerned about the time as you're concerned about the temperature. And so you want to get your chicken to about 150, right at the bone there, at the thigh bone.
Right.
And I've got, by the way, bone in and skin on. Thighs.
Okay.
Yeah. And then once they're done at the 150, you don't want to overcook those. Pull them out, and then take your potatoes back in to about take the oven to about 425 and put them in for another 15-20 minutes until they get nice and brown.
Okay.
And then put the chicken back on. It's sort of that kind of deal,
So
but it makes it do good.
You're probably going to tell us all this again.
I am going to tell you again.
I'm sure he will.
But look at anyhow. This morning I got up. I stuck these thighs in a gallon bag, and all that that buttermilk does is really make them tender.
Okay.
You don't want to go over 12 hours with that, but it makes them really nice and tender. So why don't you get on the other side of the camera, and I'll show them what we're going to do here. Now I'm going to take the chicken breast out of the bag and just let them drip off. And because you know what? First thing, almost forgot. Take a little bit of olive oil and coat the bottom of your skillet. Oh, I should have done that. Coat the bottom of your skillet. There we go. And you just want to make sure that that's all the way around. You don't need a lot in there. And by the way, let me pull this up to 350. And what I usually do is I just run that around like that so that it's all covered.
Okay. I'm not showing that. So
okay.
Hold on a sec. I forgot. I have a job to do.
There we go. Okay, so it's all covered on the bottom, and that's all you want. And then basically take your chicken thighs and make sure they, just take that stuff off like that and just lay them in there, and then lay them skin side up. I think I should get all 6 in here. I've got a pretty big cast iron here. Now this gets really fun. It's a simple thing, but it's full of flavor. This recipe is basically what you're going to do. Come on, babe.
You don't call the chicken babe.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, well, that's true. That was a big old.
That was big.
Big bird.
These are going to take some more time, maybe longer.
Maybe a little longer because of these things. Yeah, and you got to just, again, temperature is everything.
Yes.
There it is. Okay, now with those in there, now what I'm going to do, it's really neat. Take a little dish, little bowl. Show you what we're going to do here. We're going to put some Dijon mustard on top. I've got my paintbrush here. I love painting in the kitchen. We're going to put a little bit of Dijon mustard on top with some white wine. So put your Dijon in here. And you want, well, I've got 6. For 4 I would do about 2 tablespoons here, but I'm going to do a little bit more. Make sure this is coated really good. I hate these bottles, That should be pretty good. And then put a little bit of splash, oh, maybe just a small splash of white wine in there. You don't want a lot. I'll put it in the recipe. Do this, get it all mixed up.
What if you don't have any white wine?
Oh, you don't need to worry about it. I don't know what is a substitute, but you need to thin it out a little bit. So use some water, whatever. Okay. And then look at, all you do is paint these on the top like this. Make sure they're all nicely covered. Sort of wish I had taken a little bit more of that buttermilk off, but it's going to be fine. We'll see what it does.
Oh, did it?
You just don't. Well, you don't rinse it off or anything. You just shake it off, and I maybe could have put it in a pan first to make sure it was all a little bit more off.
Well,
but
it's better be impressive because you're having neighbors over.
I know it, and I could poison them, and then I would hear.
Give them a lot of extra, and they seem to like whatever we do.
Yeah, I always do. See, if you were a neighbor, you
right.
could just be over for dinner every once in a while.
That's right.
You need to move to Florida.
Oh, I don't know about that.
No.
It's really hot right now.
No, it is hot.
But it is everywhere.
See, look at there. They're all nicely covered, and that's great. Now, the other thing that I did, and let me just put this to the side. I chopped up some, or cut up some thyme, and we're gonna put some thyme on here. And I always like to, once I get the thyme sort of taken off, I always just sort of go through with a chop, because if there are any stems in there, and invariably there are, you just want to cut there, and it's not any problem. You just want to make sure they're cut down a little bit. And I'm going to do that, and I'm going to add some good salt and pepper to this thing. And so we're going to go in here and just salt everything really nicely.
Boy, I've been having.
You know, I love the thyme smell when that cuts and opens up. Like, oh man, that is one of my favorite smells in the kitchen.
I've been having some good dinners lately.
You really have, yeah. And it's going to end real soon.
Okay.
I'm going to go on strike. You're back to cooking. That would be an interesting thing.
There you go. Well, I wouldn't mind. But you would get
what I
different
get
kind of.
Yeah. Put some ground pepper on everything.
I wouldn't be as fancy, put it that way. But you know what? I think it's a good thing to do this.
Yeah.
Especially, it treats your family.
Oh, it does. And then, look at Sue, sprinkle thyme all over these. Yeah. Oh, this is going to make this so very, very good. And I've got one last ingredient I'm going to put on, actually, that you'll like. And it just adds a nice little flavor. Is some Hungarian sweet paprika. Yeah. Oh, man.
We actually bought that in Hungary.
Yeah, we did. The one I've got that I'm using here today is not that one, but we did buy it at one time. We sure did. Yeah. And then here's that. And we're just going to take, let me get my little spoon, and we'll make sure we can.
That'll give it really nice color, too.
Oh, it'll get a beautiful color.
Whoop, not too much.
No, I'm trying. My hands shake, and at the same time. And by the way, if anybody wants to know, I'm always getting comments about, what's wrong with you? Got something wrong? I don't have anything wrong that can't be fixed, I suppose. But I've had a shaking in my hands for a long time. I'm a pianist. I play the piano, and I think years of doing that pretty extensively, and also typing and computer work. It's just lent itself. And the doctor once, years ago, he said, hey, we can fix that. It's a medicine. It's in the brain kind of thing. And he says, but honestly, he said, the cure is worse than the condition. So I said, no, not me. Thank you very much.
Right. It's still slopping things around, but it's not detrimental.
But look at that. That's going to be perfect. And that's going to go in the oven, 350, for 30 minutes. And then we'll get right back to you. Hey, for a side dish with this, I'm just doing a very quick, I had some broccoli in there and some nice mushrooms, and I cut them down, put them in the bowl. I'm putting some Tuscan herb infused oil on them a little bit, coating them up here, and then I'm going to put them on a tray, and we're just going to put them in the oven on the bottom shelf at 350 and watch them. And let me do this too. I'm going to salt and pepper everything. I don't know if that's going to be enough for us.
It will. It'll be fine.
You think so?
Yep. Have you got potatoes too?
Yeah, that's true. And then let me just do this. Cracked black pepper.
Is that funny? We always overcook, don't we? Not we. I meant
No, we. You mean over prepare?
Yeah, if
I
people
think
do.
we do.
They
Yeah.
always cook more than
Yeah,
what
I
they
do. I think you're right. Actually, we do.
Yeah.
And I just want a little bit more oil on top of everything.
Oh yeah, you never have enough.
No, it's so good. Ooh, that does smell good. And let's just throw that in the oven, see what we get out of that. Chicken's looking pretty good, and it's smelling good. Woo!
Along with the chicken.
Yeah, and we've only got, it's still 20 minutes on that chicken. Okay, so while that the chicken is in the oven on the first go around here of 30 minutes, and boy, it's starting to smell the kitchen up nicely. I'm getting ready for the potatoes, and I'm not going to slice them until near the end here because they'll just turn brown, and I don't like that. But I am getting everything else ready. Some parsley, some garlic, some chives we're gonna do, and we'll do some salt and pepper on those potatoes. It'll be really good when we put them in the skillet.
So, do you have anything exciting
I do.
to tell
This
us?
week was really fun. I got from the publisher on our book that Sarah and I and my mother are doing. I got back the final three renditions of what they're proposing for the cover, and so we looked at that is neat, and so we looked at that. It's going to be pretty cool. It really is. I'm really sort of excited. The book is called Common Sense Parenting, and what it is, it's a generational, multi-generational, 3-generation approach to principles that cross all. I mean, they're just general good principles that you need to have in your home that cross any generational line. People always think that things change because we get more sophisticated or this, that, and the other. The principles never change. That's what we always make the mistake about, I think, as people. We think it changes fundamentals. It really doesn't. Fundamentals are fundamentals for a reason. And whatever background, religious background or whatever that you are, and we're not here to discuss that per se, but once you have in place a fundamental in your life, and that fundamental directs your life, you don't change that. And these principles that we're dealing with in this book are fundamentals, if you would, that are needed for raising good children in this society. And boy, if ever we needed good children, we really do right now. We also need good parents.
Well, good children turn into great adults.
Great adults and great parents and great grandparents.
Right.
And so, I'm not the perfect person, that's for sure. My mother wasn't, my daughter isn't, but we instituted principles, and those principles do pay off.
They've carried through your generation.
Carried through my generation. Right. Carried my mother and her brother and my dad and his brothers and sister through their generation. And everybody still chooses their own pathway. You're not taking away the individual right to choose whatever you want to choose. But if you've got principles that are that have been enforced in that individual's life as you've trained that child, raised that child, well, boy, that's a bad one. Why is that bad? That child's not going to.
You got enough garlic.
I think I do. I love garlic, though. Oh, and on these potatoes, it's going to be so good.
So is garlic a principle in your cooking?
Garlic is a fundamental in my cooking. Yes, it's not a principle. It's a fundamental
in your cooking.
Yes.
And those are the kind of things you're talking about.
Yeah, it really is.
Yes.
It's like. You always know chicken needs to be around 155, 160. I mean, it doesn't change. If you get it to, at 130 or something like that, you're going to end up with red meat, and then you're going to end up in the hospital. So you choose your fundamentals. That's probably a bad analogy, but it's the only one I could think of.
Well, no, kind of, because every system has its fundamentals.
It does. Everything does.
Raising a family is a system.
Even successful companies have fundamentals. And when they depart from their, let's say customer service, great customer service is their fundamental.
Yes.
Well, when you depart from that fundamental, now you got lousy customer service, and before you know it, you don't have a business. So that's sort of the idea behind it.
We're excited about it.
I am, as you can tell. I really am. Yeah. And so I think we'll be doing pre-orders sometime in maybe November or December. I don't know what the publisher's going to say.
Yet.
I don't even know how much it's going to cost yet. I think I sort of do, but I don't want to say in case it changes. Anyhow.
You'll be hearing more.
You'll be hearing more, absolutely. So let's get these potatoes going, shall we?
Yes.
All right, so I got my potatoes getting ready here. And all I'm doing, and now, by the way, it's just your ordinary Idaho or russet potato. I just washed them, and I'm leaving the skin on. And I'm making my slices no more than a 1/4 inch thick. I'd like them a little thinner than that actually, because it'll cook a little bit better. And there they are. And all we're gonna do is lay this flat into the skillet, pull the chicken out of course, lay this flat in the skillet, and we're gonna let them sort of get stirred around in all those juices that are present in there. And then I'm going to add some parsley, some minced garlic all over, salt and pepper, probably even a little chive put on there, and oh, it's going to be very, very good. So that's what's coming next. Okay, first 30 minutes are up. Alexa, stop. Thank you. And we are going to pull our chicken out. Alexa, I said stop. Oh, she just doesn't listen to me anymore. I don't know what the deal is. Now, one of the first things I'm actually going to do, I need a little benchmark of where I'm at right now on the chicken. So it's going to be appropriate to just take a temperature read here. And I'm at about 122 or so, 125. And that I can still feel that it's not done inside. So that's good. So at least I know. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the chicken thigh, out, and I'm going to put them on this plate. I'll show you what we're going to do here. In fact, you know what? These gloves are going to be in the way. And I'm going to take that like that and put it over here. And I'm going to take this one and do the same. This is just a monster.
That's a lot of chicken.
Yeah, it's a lot of chicken. And now with all of this in here, we're going to lay the potatoes in this oil. It's got all sorts of stuff in there, and I'll show you what we're going to do here. We're going to I'm sort of doing it too slowly, and they don't have to be single layer or anything like that. Just put them in there, but you want everything flat, and get it all down in there. There we go. And I'm actually it calls for 2 potatoes. I did 3 because I've got the 6 chicken breasts, and I just wanted to make sure I had enough potatoes. And
we'll probably have enough of this to take to your dad for a meal.
Yeah, we could easily do that.
And your mom, maybe.
Yeah, if she's wanting some good food. Some of these are a little bit thicker than a 1/4 inch, I can tell, but it's what it is.
It just may take a little longer.
It may take a little longer, yeah, but it's going to be good when it's all said and done. Look at it.
Well, that was
a half an
too
inch.
big.
Yeah, I'm going to keep that one out. And this one too, we'll keep them out. Okay, and then what I'm going to do, Sue, is I'm just going to, let's first off, sprinkle with garlic. Doesn't that look good?
Hands are going to stink.
Oh, they're going to stink. Tonight, well, I was going to say tonight lying in bed, you're going to go, what is that?
I got a cure for that.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
What's the
I've
cure?
said it before.
Wash your hands?
Say it again. Nope. You take your hands and you rub them up and down your silver, your stainless steel faucet.
Yeah.
Or if you have one of those stainless steel soap bar things, and that does take the smell.
It does, yeah. Salt and pepper this. You don't need a lot here. Just get it coated a little bit there, and same with the salt. About a teaspoon of salt. I'm gonna do just a little bit more than that, maybe. I know, I felt it on my toe. I know what you were gonna say.
I know.
Sorry about that. And then what you want to do is you want to get it all stirred around in here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Watch this. You want everything coated with those juices. So, sort of like get in there and stir that around and all that.
You could probably cut the potatoes even smaller.
You really could, yeah.
Depending on how large your potato is.
See all that juice?
Cut them in half.
That is so good. I need a bigger skillet, but then if I do that, I'm going to need a bigger stove, because this is about the max. This is a 12-inch cast iron, and it's about the max of what my stove will take. Okay, and then once you've got that all sort of stirred around and it's all coated and everything, and then go ahead, because we've still got more cooking to do, go ahead and put your chicken back on.
Yeah, you may want to spread these out over here a little
Oh,
bit.
these are
There you go.
potatoes? Sure.
Yep.
Absolutely.
See, what would he do without me?
I don't know.
Yep.
I wouldn't be cooking like this. You insist on this kind of meal every night. So.
Yeah, right. I don't complain, but I don't insist.
No,
you insist on this kind of
But
meal.
I do anymore, though. I do. Okay, so what are you making tonight?
Oh, yeah.
What are we having
I
tonight?
Well, I've now officially laid the responsibility of what to cook on his shoulders.
I see.
And we all know as moms and grandmas that one of the hardest things is to try to decide what to cook every night for year after year.
Yeah.
Because nobody really tells you usually. Do I tell you?
Listen, it's even
Do I tell
no,
you?
you don't.
No, of course
and
not.
and it's like Sarah. She's always saying, "Oh man, what am I going to cook?" You know, and she does the meal prepping.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going back in there for 30 minutes. And by the way, while I got that open, I'm going to do a little testaroo here on my
the broccoli.
Broccoli. Let me give you a piece of a fork here, and let me just see if it's tender or getting there. And we'll look and see. Yeah, not quite.
Oh, that's good though.
No, it's not
other
bad.
has time.
Yeah. So anyhow, good. Alexa, set a timer, and I'm going to set the timer for 20 minutes.
For how long?
20 minutes, I said. And then after the end of 20 minutes, I'm going to check the temperature of those breasts because I really don't. I mean the thighs. I don't want them overcooking because they get tough even if they've been marinated. So we'll check, and if it needs to go another 10, we'll do it.
Okay, you pulled it out?
Yeah, I pulled it out, and what you've got is the chicken is now done. We're going to put it to the side.
Well, it looks wonderful.
Yeah, it really is wonderful. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put the potatoes back in at this 425, and we're going to let them cook so that they brown without the chicken on top. And then once they're done and looking right, and all that good butter, garlic, and everything.
Was that butter or oil? I forget.
There was a combination, actually.
It was both, of course.
There was no butter, was there?
No.
Mm-hmm.
It's just oil.
But, yeah. Mm-hmm. Just
Still, oil and lots of garlic.
And they're coming along, but probably need a little bit more, and this is what it's going to do. Okay, I just pulled the potatoes out, and they look at how they got brown on top and everything. They're nicely done. And now what I'm going to do is put the chicken back on, and I'm actually only going to put 4 pieces of chicken back on because there's just 4 of us here at the dinner table tonight, and if somebody wants more chicken, they can ask me for it, and I'll come over here and get some for them.
So what temperature was the meat?
The meat?
When you pulled it out.
Oh, it was 155.
There you go.
So it's been able to sit and do well.
Yeah.
Now, and then all I'm going to do is put a little bit of parsley on this around, and that makes it look nice.
I hope the potatoes are done.
And you know what? That was a potato that had been taken out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they probably are now.
Mm-hmm. And a little chives. And there you have it.
Good. Looks wonderful.
Looks good to me. Looks like a plan.
All right, we'll ask our guests after
Yeah, we'll
we
let
eat,
them pass judgment on us. This is very tough
what they
on the
think.
ego. Oh my God. But here we go. All right. Susan, you're with our neighbor, Rosalind. We just finished this chicken
Her husband's
skillet.
here, but he doesn't want to be on camera.
No, he's camera shy.
Okay, so, but Rosalind's not.
I'm okay.
Okay, so I want to know, what'd you think of it?
Yes.
I love the dishes.
Okay.
The chicken was moist, very flavorful.
But it wasn't cooked good enough.
What I would do that we discussed earlier
Yep.
is, cut it where the bone is.
Yes.
So that it could cook thoroughly.
And then, then he said the cooks are saying that that's
You
what
slice,
makes it cook.
take your
Near the
paring
bone.
knife, slice along each side of the bone.
Right.
On the back side of that thigh.
Yes.
Right.
And that helps separate it from the meat, and then it cooks around, and it's much better.
Yeah.
Julia Childs did that, by the way. That's who I learned that
Well,
from.
of course.
Well, of course.
Anything good.
How about the potatoes? You like the potatoes?
Oh, I
Delicious.
love the potatoes.
Delicious,
were great.
yes.
Good. Oh, and we tonight did that bread, that Irish brown bread with the reduction, and I did little
Dipped it
things. Oh,
in
yeah.
this.
See, there we go.
And
Yeah.
then you could
It's
just
yummy.
That's delicious. You could just drink it from here.
Yeah, you could. I thought it'd be good to put it on ice cream. I mean, that's how good
That would
that
work
was.
too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But so that was good. I'm gonna still make the bread again, doing it the right way. But that really was good. Yeah.
And the vegetables turned out pretty
Not
good.
bad.
They're not
I
too
take
bad.
or leave the vegetables tonight, but whatever.
But I do like the crispness that is around the broccoli.
Do you?
when you
Yeah.
bake it
You
like
baked
that,
it up
that's
in
what
there.
happens.
Yeah. Good.
Okay.
So this was a fairly good meal. Honestly, it's very easy and it cooks up really quick. So
I think you should do it again.
I'll
I
do it.
think so,
I'll do
too.
it again. This will be a
Yes.
good one. Yeah.
All right.
Good deal. All right.
All right,
So
thanks for watching.
see you next time.